Rest of the day's news too now with Charlotte.
Thanks, Mark. Kate and Jerry McCann have said they're shocked after secret files emerged suggesting Portuguese police failed to investigate dozens of potential leads in the search for their missing daughter, Madeleine. They include CCTV footage of a young girl in a New Zealand supermarket suspected by a security guard to be the... Who'd have thought it?
What, confessing to Piers Morgan? Dreadful thing to do, isn't it? Absolutely. Charlotte, thank you very much for the... Very good morning. You're watching Sunrise with me, Mark Longhurst, and three blonde ladies, no less, live through until 9 o'clock. Well, not all of them live through till 9. For review the morning papers, Louise, fairly shortly. Good morning to all of you. But first, more reaction, of course, to come to that story. Louise has got the papers coming out fairly shortly too, but first, Charlotte with the rest of the day's news.
Mark, thank you. Kate and Jerry McCann say they're shocked after secret files have emerged suggesting Portuguese police dismissed dozens of potential leads in the Madeleine McCann case. The files were passed on to police in Portugal. See, the lower half of the news presenters, it's those golden pants this morning, isn't it, Mark? Because something he's not telling us.
It's all right, I've got them on. OK. Just as well. Good morning to Louisa for the papers, and we may not know what the breach of the conditions were.
We may not, but at the end of the day, the horrific... No, this was just going out of...
Perhaps it's spread a bit.
But I think it's probably that big.
You know?
It's Surrey.
There's lots of highest council tax in the world ever.
We name the guilty party. But, I mean, I guess a lot of the councils are saying, look, we just haven't got the money at the moment to...
And when I buy my car, so...
And on the tyre you had to buy as well.
Yes!
There's VAT on that, don't forget.
It is, I think, a safety issue, because it's not like it's a small pothole.
No.
A lot of these are, as you say...
Well, that's a very good question. What would have happened if you'd have lost control of your car?
Sorry. I mean, you couldn't, with the potholes around, you're continually dodging them.
Maybe we'll get some reaction from Surrey County Council. You're right, but I mean, it does seem to be that sort of...
Sky is quite bad as well, that's Middlesex.
Yeah, maybe that's where the snow and frost was.
Well, that's what I didn't understand about the story. With a table.
Big chicken. Thank you very much indeed. Russia's President Fergus and the rest of his family. Well, more on those ITV figures that we were getting through news now with Charlotte.
Thanks, Mark. Kate and Jerry McCann have said they're shocked after secret files emerged suggesting that Portuguese police failed to investigate dozens of potential leads in the search for their missing daughter, Madeleine. They include CCTV footage of a young girl in a New Zealand supermarket suspected by a security guard to be the 4-year-old. Jane Dougal has the details.
No, he's Mr Nice, really, isn't he, Simon Cowell, they say. Joel's joining us now for more breaking news from the city. Those pre-tax profits of $25 million for ITV. But, Joel, the interesting story is it's not from the ad revenue, the advertising. That's actually down. Very good morning. You're watching Sunrise this Wednesday morning with me, Mark Longhurst. We're live through until 9 o'clock. Still to come, a review of the morning papers with Louisa and, of course, Charlotte with the rest of the headlines. But first... more reaction to come, including the former detective in charge of the inquiry. But first, let's get an update of the rest of the news now with Charlotte.
Thank you, Mark. Kate and Jerry McCann say they're shocked after secret files have emerged suggesting Portuguese police dismissed dozens of potential leads in the Madeleine McCann case. The files were passed gold pants.
Indeed, and will he have them over his racing overalls or underneath? We shall see a little later. Thank you for that. Time for a look through the papers now with Louisa. Restriction, anonymity being part of the...
You know, the next story that I wanted to talk about...
Which is...
people who find out this information aren't allowed to tell anyone else. So imagine a situation if you find out that your neighbour is someone who shouldn't have contact with children and you're not allowed to tell any of your other neighbours, for example.
And how does that work? And, you know, I do understand that, you know, the difference is the mother is saying, look, if you're going to do it...
Let me do it.
Let me do it for you, because then I know you won't be getting it over the internet, going to some dodgy backstreet place. You know, at least it will be as safe as possible. My argument is,
about mum, who's been married 3 times, regularly uses Botox herself, has had her nose made smaller, her cheekbones made bigger, her breasts lifted and the fat sucked... maybe just a coffee back in the green. Thank you very much indeed. To be in place to actually protect the two of them, Venables and Johnson, from attack on their own persons. Yeah, because it was said that Robert Thompson really was the ringleader, if you like that phrase, of the two of them. Well, Thompson... let's get an update on the rest of the day's news with Charlotte.
Thanks, Mark. Kate and Jerry McCann have said they're shocked after secret files emerged suggesting that Portuguese police failed to investigate dozens of potential leads in the search for their missing daughter, Madeleine. They include CCTV footage of a young girl in a New Zealand supermarket suspected by a security guard to be the 4-year-old. Jane Dougal has the details.
Thank you very much indeed for all that, Charlotte. But let's reflect now on relative setup there. Well, I said that Robert Thompson really was the ringleader, if you like that phrase, of the two of them. Well, coming up, we've got Charlotte here with the rest of the day's news, and you may recognise this gentleman, Sterling Moss, telling us why he likes golden underpants. We'll leave that on the rest of the day's news with Charlotte.
Thanks, Mark. Kate and Jerry McCann say they're shocked after secret files have emerged suggesting Portuguese police dismissed dozens of potential leads in the Madeleine McCann case. Police in New Zealand have revealed that
Charlotte, thank you very much indeed. As we said, Sir Sterling is with us. Good morning and welcome.
Nice.
and the woolly hat.
No, that's
You like
nice
that,
as well.
do you?
Yeah.
So you're a happy lady this morning,
Just
then?
anything that Colin Farrell wears.
Roll that VT again.
Right, OK. World Cup, 99 days and counting.
It is.
All made of love.
Yeah, and on
all right,
cue,
then. So,
a big grin.
now, potholes seem to be resurfacing, if you pardon the pun.
They have.
We've touched a bit of a nerve here, it seems.
Yeah, we mentioned it earlier in the paper review, just in passing, and we have been inundated. I'm thinking of buying a hovercraft or hiring out hard hats and miners' lamps. So there you
And
are.
charging the council as, yeah. Well, maybe we'll learn from the councillors what they're going to be doing about it. Don't hold your breath.
No.
For the moment, ladies, thank you very much indeed, but still to come.